Hi everyone, welcome sa ating Java tutorial for beginner series. So ang ating pag-usapan ngayon ay ang try and catch keyword. Okay, so sa last video, nagsabi ako ng pag-usapan natin ang class and object na topic. Pero mas maganda ito kasi napabilang ito sa control statement sa previous natin na topic. So pag-usapan natin to ang try and catch. So gawa tayo ng project. Okay, so yung project name natin ay try and catch. Okay, click finish. Okay, then click tong package, then new class which is try and catch, then finish. Okay, so gawa tayo ng main method. Andito guys ay maganda itong topic na ito kasi error handling. Isa ito sa nagpaganda ng Java programming. Okay, so punta tayo. Halimbawa, print tayo ng quotient. So, quotient equal 5, for example, 10 divide 2. Okay, so ito guys, pag i-run natin to, okay, run, save bago i-run, then run. Okay, so meron ng output dito sa console. So build success, no error. Okay, so halimbawa magsa-sample tayo ng syntax error. Okay, hindi siya nag-error pero syntax error to kasi 10 divide 0, that is not okay in mathematical, no, that is not acceptable. So let's try run. Okay, so it's hard to define the error. Okay, which line. Okay, so we need try and catch. Okay, so exception thread main arithmetic. Okay, so in arithmetic operation it has error in line, which is line 10, which is line 10, 9, line 10. So um this line has an error. So for example, in one line it has a many codes, so it's hard to define which specific uh, row or row in that line. So for example, let's click this one, then this line has an error. Okay, so um, we need to discuss the syntax of try and catch. First, you need to type try. Okay, then enter, then catch. Okay, then parenthesis, then exception e, then curly brace. This is the syntax. Okay, inside the uh, parenthesis you need to put throwable class. Okay, so ito yung example, throwable, then exception extend throwable class. So this input output exception, SQL exception, class not found exception, and runtime exception. So extend this class exception. So arithmetic null pointer exception, null number format exception, then index out of bounds exception. So extend runtime exception. So our example is runtime exception. Okay, we don't proceed to input output exception, SQL exception, because we don't discuss that yet. So arithmetic exception. Okay, so runtime exception muna tayo. So this is the exception class. Okay, so this is the exception class. So to to print the details. So e dot print stock trace. The next is, for example, let's put quotient equals 10 divide 0. So let's try run. Okay, so kinaikli niya yung error handling. So in arithmetic exception, if you have arithmetic statements, so you need to uh, add arithmetic exception. Okay, then this variable arithmetic exception calling the method system error. Okay, so this is the okay, good error handling. For example, runtime, we don't see the error. For example, if one run okay, so syntax error is, for example, this is syntax error, so we can easily determine the error. But in runtime, okay, so for example, if we leave this as comment, then let's run the class. Okay, run the class, then in our console, so hard it's hard to define, okay, a lot of details here that we don't understand. Only the computer can determine. So we need to minimize the, okay, the message of exception. So uh, let's put as comment. Okay, uncomment. Okay, so that's it. Then run. So yung mataas na, okay, error handling ay pinaikli natin. So malalaman natin dito, try and catch, okay, class.java, it has an error line 11 here. So in line 11, so we can detect that this is an error, 10 divide 0. So let's put value 2, then let's try to run. So ma-solve na natin yung error handling natin, guys. Okay, so in arithmetic exception, so ito yung hierarchy ng exception. Kung anong exception, for example, gumamit ka ng input output na mga classes like input output stream. So you need this exception, input output exception. Okay, then for example in database, you can trace the SQL syntax, SQL error. So we need to specify the exception, SQL exception. For example, we have okay, number format exception. So gawa tayo ng bagong example. For example, halimbawa string, then n equals null. Okay, so naging complicated yung, for example, naging complicated yung ating program. So humantong tayo ng, for example, napaka-complicated talaga at saka marami ng lines. So example, yung string natin ay this is the initialized variable. For example, if here string n equals For example, put, okay, that is okay, okay, or ganyan. So yung number, hanggang sa yung code natin, naging problema natin ay kailangan natin yung value here sa string, which is variable na n, yung value kailangan natin. So mag-cast tayo ng bagong variable, which is int number equal. So lagay tayo ng pang-caster natin na wrapper classes, integer dot parse, okay, then equal natin yung string natin dyan, then semicolon. Okay, so dito guys, alam naman natin na sa ating previous na topic, which is yung data types, okay, na itong primitive data types and yung itong int at saka itong int, itong integer ay pwedeng magiging null or wala talagang value. Pero itong mga primitive data types guys, so nangangailangan niya ng required talaga nila na maglagay ng value, because meron silang accumulated memory space na kailangan. So dito ay nagiging umabot tayo dito. So magiging error to guys, kasi alam naman natin yung n is null. So parse natin itong integer, yung total na value nito ay null. So int number equal null. So hindi yan pwede sa ating system, kasi yung primitive data types talaga, again, bawal maging null. So next siguro mga susunod pa, matagal pa itong wrapper classes ating pag-usapan yan. Okay, so let's try kung anong mangyari. Run the file. Okay, so mag-error yan guys sa number format exception. Okay, so mahaba naman itong, okay, format. Okay, so dito number format exception is null. So magiging hindi talaga pwede yung ganito. Pero sa ating program ay, for example, meron naman talagang magiging ganito na maging komplikado yung program natin na hanggang sa umabot tayo dito. For example, lagyan natin ng formal na number format, okay, exception. So ganyan ganyan guys. So sa dito guys, malalaman natin na yung try natin na statement, inside sa try yung statement, if it is error, so hindi niya ipiprint. Pero hanggang matapos dito guys, ika-catch niya dito yung exception, yung program ay still running. Na for example, still print. Okay, for example, if it is kung ano mangyayari if the system if the system can detect it has an runtime error here, so this statement, hindi siya babasahin, at saka ika-catch niya dito. For example, if this line has an error, so dito siya pumunta agad, hindi na ito babasahin. So not print, okay, not be printed. Okay, okay, so save, then run. still print. Okay. Ito yung magiging handling natin. So, null. So, dito na detect niya na may error. So, nasa naman yung output? Okay. Dito guys, na-detect niya yung error. So, sa line, okay, first, click natin to. Then, control. Okay, integer null. So, na-detect niya dito sa line 13, ito. So, sa line 13, na-detect niya na may error. So, proceed siya sa ating catch. Okay. Statement. Okay, this is the catch statement. Then, this is the, inside of this is the try statement. So, proceed siya. Pagkatapos niyang catch statement, proceed siya sa next line. Okay. So, ganun lang yung flow ng try and catch. Okay. So, pwede namang maraming catch, guys. Okay. Okay, for example, exception. Okay, pwede naman merong maraming catch. Nagdepende ka sa nagdedepende ka sa anong statement yung posibleng magiging error. So, ganyan. So, salamat guys sa inyong pagsusubaybay. Maraming salamat sa bagong subscriber. At sa susunod na topic, pag-uusapin na natin talaga yung Java classes and objects. Okay, so maraming salamat guys. Huwag niyong kalimutan kung nagustuhan niyo ito, mag-subscribe at i-like niyo itong video. Maraming salamat.